So the other day I got a box of t-shirts to be able to make this little memory bear. And unfortunately, the shirts weren't really the right type of shirts for that particular bear. So it dawned on me that maybe people don't know the size of the patterns, and so it's hard to interpret what would be the perfect size for that particular bear. So today I wanted to just go through and show you a little bit of what the size of the pattern is and what kind of shirts might work the best for this. So here's a pile of shirts that I gathered to be able to show you a little bit of the difference. So if we work with just the small bear, or I really shouldn't call him the small bear, let's call him the patchwork bear. You can see that the sizes are pretty small. This is the side of a shirt. So here's the part where it's buttoned down, and here is the inner seam for where it went to the arm. So I can get some patterns onto that portion, and more than likely for a small shirt, definitely for anything bigger like a large shirt, I can get all of the pieces out of that, and it could be made all from one shirt. But if you want that patchwork, then it's better to send me several different shirts. Now these shirts have all been cut up for other items, so they're leftovers, but they basically still give you the same concept. So this is the forehead piece right here. So I could make that forehead piece out of that section and then make one of the tummy sections from the stripe section, and I could do one of the tummy sections from the shirt. Now this one obviously has been cut, so I don't have as much space, but I would be able to easily get that in that section. Now if you're going to use t-shirts, that bear can be made from t-shirts. It's obviously made from knit fabrics, but those particular knits are children's clothing. So they're much smaller to work with, and that's why I need several different pieces to be able to put that together. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think about 5 different outfits that were sent to me to be able to make that particular bear. Now if I'm going to try and use this for the belly, and I want to try and use this particular t-shirt print, obviously it's not going to show very well. You're just going to get a portion of the logo, and once I lose the seam allowance, the part where it's sewed together, it's not going to look really great. This bear would probably work a little bit better. I could get the majority of this logo, but it's going to be 1/2 of the body, and then the other half is either going to be another logo, which in this particular case, we're going to use the opposite side, I'd only get a portion of the wording. So things that have designs like this are not the best type of shirts for these particular bears. These would be better suited for the memory pillows, and that's a whole other video. With this bear, again, here's the front of the body. I'm just going to get a portion of those. So it might be better to just use a plain part of the shirt. And in this case, there really isn't any red in this, but let's pretend this was pink. And we could do part of it in the pink and part of it with this particular design. The other thing that we could do is do part of the logo on one and then do the t-shirt part on the other side. So t-shirts with logos, if they're a small upper chest area, are probably going to work okay. But bigger designs, things like this, are going to make it much more difficult to fit into those. So this particular one was used with two different types of shirts. So this is a solid color and then a pattern shirt. And so that's going to give you that patterned look to it. A t-shirt would be fine with just different colors of shirts, but it's going to not have an actual design obviously within the fabric, so it's going to make the bear look different. This particular one was made with a jean shirt. So something like this can be used to easily make this design because I can get all of that fabric and put into this particular bear. Now, I can get the entire bear out of one large shirt easily. Small shirts get a little more dicey at times, but there's ways around that. This one is nice with the two shirts because then we can use contrasting fabric. For this particular one then, in summary, this particular one is best for small prints. So even something like this would have worked well for this type of a shirt. So different patterns. This one can be done with different patterns as well. So we could have used this shirt as maybe, let's use this shirt with the purple. And then we could have used this shirt for the arms so that you can see how you can mix and match things a little bit. So this one could be made with multiple fabrics, but definitely with one. This one requires two because of the contrast. And for this one, I would say probably minimum of 6 infant. We could do 2 or 3 adult size shirts, but they need to be more patterned type shirts like this rather than necessarily t-shirts that have logos on them.